We have really enjoyed reading your girl chat suggestions, so keep them coming, Real Fam. And with that being said, it's time for another topic takeover.
Take it over.
Take away.
This one comes from Instagram user Caribbean Queen 1022. She wants us to discuss how to deal with racist neighbors.
Lord.
That's a tough one, ladies. How would you handle living next door to a racist neighbor?
Well, I never lived next door to a racist neighbor, but before after I graduated from high school, I joined a little small community college up in Michigan, and my dorm room girl, who was white, her father came in one day, it was moving in day, and he had a watermelon, and he looked at me and he said, "Oh, you gonna like this." And that was the first time that I ever experienced, because I'm from Detroit, you know what I mean? And I was like, what the hell you mean?
Yeah.
You know? And I said, no, we're not gonna do that,
Wow.
sir. We're not gonna say that, we're not gonna do that. And then, of course, he tried to, backpedal on, no, I meant, it's a fruit. I was like, no, I know what you meant. And the thing was, it was the worst experience living with her, because his attitude, was her attitude,
right.
And I had to deal with that. But it made me leave that college. I ended up getting a job at General Motors. It was just too much. It was too much. And then, as I said in my book, I went to General Motors, met my mentor, and my mentor had me go to a historically Black college. And that was one of the reasons, because it kind of scared me, because I felt like, if I go to a college, is this what I'm gonna have to deal with?
Yeah.
Nobody
You know what I
wants to
mean?
deal with that.
So, but I dealt with it by immediately saying, no, this is not what we're gonna do.
Right.
Call it out.
And called it out.
Good.
I hear that.
I hear that too.
I actually had a racist neighbor in my house in Bel Air. You know how we always threw parties and stuff like that?
Yeah.
One day she came like screaming down the street, and she actually was accosting my guests as they were leaving. And she was like, I'm so sick of these Airbnb parties.
Oh.
And I'm just sick of people renting this house and throwing these parties. So actually, Lana ended up coming out and be like, this is not Airbnb. Like, this is the person that lives here and was trying to grab me. And when I walked up to her, it was a middle-aged white woman, and she proceeded to yell at me and say, you don't live here. You're Airbnb-ing here. I know that you, and I said, no, I live here. She said, you can't possibly live here. And I thank God that Israel was not there, because, he would have gone off. And we ended up having a friend of ours, Calvin, actually go speak to her and calm her down. But she really had this thing in her mind that there was no reason that we could actually live in that home.
That's
because we
terrible.
were people of color, and that she was sick of this Airbnb party.
So you
is
had
insane.
your friend go and talk to her.
We had her calm down and go talk to her, and we ended up actually filling out a police report.
You did?
So, yeah, and I was like, I wish she would come back again, because then I'd be more prepared.
Right.
And in that moment, I would absolutely call the police. I would call the police and say that I was being harassed by this woman, not once but twice. I have other guests that were at my party that can even say this is the woman that was harassing us and claiming that we could not live in this home and that we were an Airbnb. Yeah, it was really bad.
Wow.
Call the police.
Gee,
That is
you ever
insane.
dealt with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've had people, say things or wonder about things, but I think what you have to do, I mean, obviously you can't move.
Yeah.
It costs too much. This is your place. I think sometimes you just have to kill them with kindness.
Oof.
If it's your neighbor, you don't want to be battling every single day.
Right.
I know people who go to court, or suing each other, neighbors. And I say sometimes you just got to go. If it's an older person, you're not going to change their mind. Just mind your business and kill them with kindness.
In the words of Michelle Obama,
Yep.
they go low, we go high.
Go high.
And
That's right.
sometimes I meet them in the middle.